Welcome to Daily Dive. Here's what's coming up this morning. Weeks after the Super Bowl, J.Lo and Shakira's halftime show is still drawing criticism, and now hundreds are filing complaints with the FCC. Plus, for all of you who love a free sample from Costco, we're going to dive into why the company plans to ban non-members from eating at the food court. And thousands of fans came out to celebrate the life and legacy of NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and the 7 others who were killed in the helicopter crash. We're diving into all the moments that have so many of you talking online. Welcome into the Daily Dive. Good morning. Hey. What day is it?
Tuesday.
It's Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras.
Yeah, not just Tuesday. It's what, Lou? It's Fat Tuesday. Got your beads?
I've earned my beads.
What did you do to get those?
Oh, yeah.
In the workplace.
Released my secrets, and then we got a whole host of problems.
Did we have an issue?
Prangley gave me some beads earlier, and it didn't take much from him. You know, he's got low standards. But no, these are from Miss Lori, who cooked us pancakes this morning, and she's a TV station mom, so everything was on the up and up with Miss
She's
Lori.
an angel.
So we've got to show you, you know, during Good Morning Jacksonville, we're actually celebrating a little bit. We know this is a big day. It's Fat Tuesday again. Check out the crew right there. We had some of our king cake, right? Yep. King cake. Yeah.
Lana got the baby.
And Lana got the baby.
And she, I think, thought,
there
or
she
maybe
is.
we teased her that means she's going to have a baby.
So what does it mean? Does it mean you're going to have a baby, or does it mean you're going to have good luck?
You're going to have good luck.
Oh,
but for now,
because I'll take the luck. I don't want no babies
this,
right now, though.
Right? Yeah, that's not time
no,
yet.
No,
and in all good time. And I don't think Lana's ready for that either. But at least in our little mojo we put on her at the end of GMJ, she thinks that's the case.
So
but no, it's all
going.
about good luck. That's hilarious.
Listen, Michael Kennedy waking up with us.
Morning,
he
Mike.
says, "What's up, my peoples of the news?" Hey, Michael, we want to say good morning to you as well. All right, so we got to get right into this first story. I'm so excited about it. We all know about J.Lo and Shakira, their Super Bowl halftime shows. Still folks talking about this weeks after and not necessarily saying so many great things about it. You have the people that loved it. They enjoyed every part of it. Their eyes were glued to the TV. And then you have the other folks who are now writing and filing complaints with the FCC saying this should have not even been on TV.
I just think, at this point, you got to get over it. You got to move on. It was not that bad. This was not like the Janet Jackson incident. You know, like they had on bodysuits. It wasn't see-through. Yeah. It was just flesh-colored bodysuits. So in essence, they were showing actually less skin than Adam Levine the year before, who was shirtless.
You preaching there, but that's a whole nother conversation.
It's a lot of I need to speak to your manager types.
Karen.
Yeah, probably.
Go on, Karen.
Let me just say this. But in fairness, because we're all people of a certain age, I think we're probably on the younger side of the demographic that will be enjoying Good Morning Jacksonville with us and here in Jacksonville. And let me assure you, I understand the sensibilities of those who were complaining. Now, let me also assure you, I let my 7-year-old son watch. He was in and out. He was kind of watching the flashing lights and the dancers and enjoying the movement and the artistic performance. He hasn't gone out and, like I said on Good Morning, he hadn't gone out and started smoking cigarettes.
He's not on a bender.
He's not. He's a good boy. He's very happy and healthy, still and well balanced, going to school and getting good grades. So I think he's okay. But on the other hand, my mom did say, my mom being of a different generation, obviously a little older, saying I didn't love it. Didn't love it, and it wasn't necessarily because she was, so offended by this.
That's what I was going to ask, because there's a difference about not loving it and actually being offended by the.
She wasn't offended. She was just like, I don't know, is that what halftime shows are? So anyway, different whole thing, and I can get where you're coming from there. On the other hand, I mean, we're all good.
J.Lo and Shakira, did you expect them to come out in like long ankle skirts,
you
like
guys,
Little House on the Prairie?
You just have to remember what this thing was all about. This was in Miami. Hey, good morning to you, Valerie. This was in Miami. Yep. This was not, necessarily in Jacksonville, Florida. I think they're very particular about the different cities that they even put some of the halftime shows in to kind of fit the demographic, even though everybody that lives in Miami wasn't at the Super Bowl necessarily. You have people coming in from all over the country. But I guess my thing is we knew when you heard Shakira and J.Lo, you knew it was not going to be a gospel performance. Okay, so if that's what you were looking for, I hate to break it to you, but that wasn't going to happen.
How about trying that? like, let's get us a gospel performance for a halftime show one good time. I mean, that could bring the house down.
Yeah.
Why not? And
it could. You get the right choir.
And then you might get people on the other side. Like, people can complain about everything. And
they will complain about everything.
People would complain about that, too. You would have that for sure, no matter how wonderful the performance is. So you're going to get that. And I think you even had some numbers earlier on Good Morning Jacksonville, Brooks, about the amount of complaints this go-round versus, say, Janet Jackson, back in the day.
So this time, 1,300 complaints. Not that many when you have millions and millions of people. Now, back when Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, they had that little issue, 540,000 complaints. And that actually... I guess everybody's saying, still it's an accident, but then you have others on the other side that say, whatever, we think this might have been a publicity stunt or what.
Right.
I mean, that makes sense for the 540 because kids were watching, and that probably wasn't something that should have just been out there on the screen. It wasn't. But this one, I'm like, come on, let them be great, let them be their people. Now we have some of you all chiming in saying, Marilyn saying, yes, please let it go. They were amazing. I'm with you, Marilyn. They were great. And then you have Teresa that says the same thing. J.Lo and Shakira were amazing. Michael saying Adam Levine is more of a Chip and Dip than a Chip and Dale. Okay.
Ripped. Dude is in magical shape.
Yeah. I mean, hey, all I'm saying is let it go. I think it's time. There have been weeks and weeks that have passed by. We've talked about it. We've criticized it. Can we move forward now?
Yeah.
You got to.
See you at the next
one.
Let it go. What can we do for the next one?
Who is doing the next one? They haven't announced it yet.
They want to announce that one for a little while.
Okay, so Sean's saying, no problems here. Wife and I grew up listening to Shakira, J.Lo, Brittany, Janet, and Christina. Whole family watched this year. Yes, Sean, did y'all enjoy it? And then Valerie said there are people that are going crazy these days. I said this a little earlier during Good Morning Jacksonville. I think what had happened was you had too many of the fellas who usually don't pay attention and watch the Super Bowl halftime show, and too many of their eyes were probably glued to the screen this time.
Creeping in.
Just like sitting there eating.
Some folks were happy about that.
Yeah.
Some of the mamas were happy about that. I don't think they were happy about that. And then, of course, still it comes down to J.Lo being who she is. She's, 50? Moving like that, a body like that. It's just like folks are going to feel some type of way about it anyway.
And embrace it. 50? She's in such good shape. Get it, girl.
Phil saying morals, you got them or you don't. Oh, okay.
All right, Phil.
All right. And then Robin saying they danced the same moves as their dancers. They were great. Let's see, this next one saying it's the best Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, Robin, they were all covered. So I mean, I didn't see the issue, but I guess everybody has their opinion, and that's why we live here, so everybody can have their opinion. Yeah, so we'll see if some more comments are coming in for that one. Now we've also got to talk. Y'all go to Costco? Anybody shop at Costco?
Yes, I love Costco.
I've been to Costco. I was a member. I'm now at the BJ's.
Really?
Oh, you're a wholesale now?
For the wholesale side of things. But yeah, no, Costco's been around the block with me. Sure.
Yeah, so we have two of them here. We have one at the town center, then we have one over on the west side, like busy. The Collins area and whatnot. Well, now if you don't happen to be a member, you got to stop freeloading off these folks because they are changing up their policy. Well, really, the policy has already been in effect. They're just going to be enforcing it a little bit more. So for all of you that like to go in there and get your hot dog and your cheap pieces of pizza and walk around and get the samples when you know you're not about to buy anything because you don't have a membership card, I mean, I think we've all, got a couple samples. I've never done that, but do your thing. Sure. But come March the 16th, you must have an active Costco membership, and that's going to be required for you to purchase any of those items from the food court. So I was saying this a little earlier. It's a little funny to me because I'm a Sam's Club member, and there you can't even get in the door unless you show your card. So if you don't have one, they will look at you and be like, "Oh, are you going to member services to make sure you get one?" Like they won't even. And I think part of it is they don't want you to go start picking up and loading up your whole buggy, getting up to the line to realize, I needed a card for this. Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt.
So people kind of going off about this, saying this has been something that they do. They go over there for lunch, and why in the world are they stopping it now? Well, you got to have a membership.
Costco doesn't check? Do they not check on the way in? Or they
well, you can get in. So you can still use the pharmacy if you're not a member.
Right.
So you can tell them you're going to the pharmacy
and
go get your prescription meds for less money.
And then you can see yourself.
But now I guess
and find your way around.
And then find your way.
So you're saying people typically have to lie to get in. And make their way around, maybe.
Morals. That's just the way I know people have done it. I'm a member.
find their way around, and then still they're stuck with that. Yeah. Who's this? Michael?
I say bounce them. I like it. I like what I like the way Sam said. They basically have a bouncer at the front door,
like Walmart greeters, Costco bouncers.
Oh my gosh, there was this one lady that used to be at a Sam's here, and one that I used to go to all the time. When I tell you she didn't play, like she was that family member that you don't fool with.
Right.
Like if you ever needed backup, that's the one you call. Like she would stop you at the door.
Yeah.
And like you'll be over there fumbling, trying to find your card and finding everything. And poor ladies with the purse trying to find it in the wallet and everything like that. And she'll just sit there and wait as other people are going by talking, you good? Welcome in, baby. Welcome in. Yeah. But everybody else, no. If you couldn't find your card, you better just sit there. You gotta keep finding.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Just not the way it works. So yesterday, guys, as you know, a lot of people got to say their final goodbyes in the public memorial for NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and then, of course, the 7 others who, lost their life in that helicopter crash. Talk about an incredible service. Mm-hmm. I didn't get to watch the entire thing because I was coming from an event, but man, oh man, the little part that I got to watch, like that last maybe like hour, incredible. And I've got to give a whole bunch of credit and support and all of that to Jimmy Kimmel because he did an incredible job carrying that service. Typically you have a lot of pastors and different officials that may carry something like that. But when I tell you, my dude, we know because, of course, he's a talk show host and everything, but incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible job.
My favorite moment, the whole it was Michael Jordan's speech. Fast. I mean, just to hear from the greatest of all time, talking about the greatest of all time, maybe 0.01, like second, just barely to Michael Jordan. Listen to him talk about somebody who said he was kind of like a little brother to him and had such a big part of his life. And Michael saying, when he died, a part of him died too. It was fascinating to see Michael Jordan's take, and his eyes filled with tears, and he even had a joke at the beginning, the crying Michael Jordan meme.
Which we all know, right?
He was like, I'm going to become the crying Michael Jordan meme again that we're all going to have to see all over. But it was a little lighthearted moment and such a wild speech that he gave. It was really cool stuff.
I think people were just amazed by the strength of Vanessa to be able to get up there to talk about your husband, to talk about your daughter. And she had such beautiful things to say, to put together such a beautiful speech, and at the very end talking about how, God just knew they couldn't be without each other, so he took them together. It just hit you right in the heart.
And I think that's something, this was her first time speaking publicly since all of that has happened. We've, of course, seen different Instagram posts and social media posts, but this is her first time that she's actually gotten out there and shared some words with the entire public. And yes, you're talking about thousands and thousands that were in the Staples Center. Then you had probably thousands and thousands tuned in online or watching on TV. I just think that it takes a very strong person, and unfortunately, death is something that we all have to deal with eventually, and it's just a matter of who's going to be the closest one to you. But even a month, just about a month later, it's going to take some time to heal. And when you've lost 2, not just your husband, your best friend, but then your daughter. But I did like how she found a little bit of that comfort knowing that those 2 were together, because it's truly, I think we could all see by their relationship.
Very close.
They were inseparable. That was just what it was.
One of the pictures they shared, if it was from the service or I just happened upon it on social media, was Gianna had invited Kobe, her dad, to a career day at her school. Like, you come, your dad dress up from his work and whatever. He came in his Lakers. Coming and had his gold medal.
Wow.
It's like, man,
wouldn't that be cool?
It's cool if you're the firefighter and all, but hold on, I got Kobe.
Kobe's in the building.
That's pretty. That was such a cool picture to see too. They were very, very close.
Yeah, but a lot of people sharing their comments and their heartfelt things. But again, you had Beyonce that was there that performed, Alicia Keys, some incredible performances. And I know we had a conversation yesterday. And we weren't sure who was going to be there, and we were wondering. We actually questioned: is Beyonce going to be there? Because I had said in the past she had been invited to funerals, but reportedly she was saying, I'm not going to go because I don't want to take the attention off of, the person who's deceased, which you have to respect that. But she opened it up well with one of his favorite songs. Mm-hmm. So it was just very fitting. And, I guess she and Vanessa are somewhat close because she was right there, and there were times where you could see her actually comfort and console her. So that was just an incredible moment to see as well. So long live the legend himself. Yeah, Valerie, definitely a strong woman, and those are the people you look up to. I understand. Now, I still see some of you guys chiming in about our first story. Well, y'all chiming in about both of them. Yeah, y'all chiming in about the halftime show.
Costco.
Hold on. Now I can't see the things.
They also do, side note on Costco, they also do pet medication there. Yeah. So if you want to save money on your pet medication, which can be really expensive, Costco.
Yep.
Tom, you said you wanted us to keep talking about Shakira. What about it? You love you some Shakira. That's what it is.
She's like, show the pictures again.
Donald did say that he has a BJ membership, and they check for the membership card as well at the door. Yeah, like I said, most places do. And there's a lady at the town center, Costco, that acts like Medea. She will put you in the headlock if she thinks you're playing. Michael, you are killing me with these comments this morning. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, again, some of you guys still talking about it. Do you think it's time for us to let it go? Shakira, J.Lo, the halftime show happened weeks ago, the first weekend of February, and it was during the Super Bowl, and some of you just saying, let's let it go. People still complaining, filing with the FCC, 1,300 complaints. Again, still doesn't compare to the 540,000 complaints that came through when Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, they had their little episode. I'm going to call it episode. But yeah, do you guys think it's time to move forward? I said, let's move forward. Hello, Miss Lisa Baptiste. Good morning,
and even after the whole Janet Jackson thing, it's like, we all lived. We're fine. It's not like, everybody burned to the ground. Like, we're fine.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the Super Bowl is a family event?
Yeah. I do.
Yes?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. I think it's a family event. But
the halftime show, when the performers are Shakira and J.Lo, probably going to be, in
the scheme of the things that the kids are talking about on the school bus, and the scheme of the thing
that they see online,
that they have access to,
it's nothing. It's so PG, and I mean, even in kids' movies now, come on, it's still family friendly in my opinion.
I mean, and I think you even have some commercials and stuff that maybe have these underlying messages, but when you're an adult, you can read between the lines. As a kid, you're just like, oh, ha ha. Right. You don't really know what it means. Right. But then, I look back on certain things that I remember seeing as a child, and I didn't understand half of that stuff. Like even
Disney movies.
SpongeBob. Yeah. I mean, seriously, I've watched episodes now of SpongeBob compared to all those years ago when I was doing it. And I'm over here laughing at it, and now I'm like, wait, no, this was kind of inappropriate.
It was.
For a kid, but you didn't know. You're just laughing, and it's SpongeBob on the screen, and Patrick and Squidward acting crazy. Who knew? So I think for what people have nowadays, it's not that deep.
Nope. It's not. I could see Jasmine's belly button in Aladdin when I was a kid. Come on. I mean, that didn't change me. I'm a good, healthy, wholesome man.
That's what ruined you.
Yeah, it's Jasmine.
Let's put up Madeline's comment and see what she is saying. I don't think I can see it right here, but here we have one from Madeline. And she says, if she's there, Madeline, you chiming in?
Halftime show, she's happy about it.
Let's see. So she says it was a good, clean show. Yeah, a lot of people saying that. Hey, Lisa, good morning to you, Lisa Pittman. And I was, there we go, Marilyn. Saw it again. It was a good, clean show. Miss Jackson showed some other stuff. What is the problem? Because I don't see it. Yeah, Marilyn, that's you are not alone there. So, as always, remember the conversation continues, people. This is the Daily Dive. Make sure you're here every day at 8 o'clock. We're going to be diving into all the topics, the GMJ crew. We have fun. It's a laid-back show, and we just want y'all to come in and chime in and let us know what you think about all those trending topics of the morning. But until next time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
we'll
thank
see
you for having us on.
Were you about to shake my hand?
I was just going to give you one of these.
Because I was doing this. We'll see y'all next time.